So, hi everyone. Thanks for coming to this session. I know this is the last session for the Flutter Viking 2022. So, let's go for that. So, let me introduce myself. I'm a Renuka Kelkar. I'm a Flutter developer at Altaflora, based in London. I'm a Google developer expert for Flutter as well. Along with this, I'm a founder of the Tech Power Girls community. I'm also doing the co-leading the Google Developer Group London, and recently I am become like a Woman Tech Maker ambassador. So this is a little bit about me. I want to give you some brief about my community. So Tech Power Girls is a community started, specially created for the women who are having 5+ years of gap in their IT career. So it seems look like that when the women are having like a 5+ years of gap in their career, if they want to come back in the job market, there is no any back way to come back. So this initiative is we are helping the woman to learn Flutter from the scratch. We help them, we mentor them from their whole learning journey. We help them to create their portfolios and help them to apply for the job market. So this initiative got really good response. Some of our mentees to become like they become like a GDE now. So this is initiative. We expanded this initiative, and like I'm from India, so I'm giving back to my country. So that's the one thing behind that I'm giving the upskilling the students from the rural part of the India where the technology hasn't reached yet. So they don't know about the Flutter, they don't know about the other technology Google technology works on. So we help them to upskill them on this technology, and we teach them everything in their local language so that they can be comfortable to learn the new technology. So this is little about our initiative. So this thing, like giving a talk at Flutter Viking, it is a really proud moment for me because like years back, like a few years back when there is a competition on the Flutter Viking, our team was participating in that competition and we won that competition that time. So from participating in the Flutter Viking and now giving a talk here, it's like a really, really proud and happy moment for me. Thanks. So today's topic is that secure the Flutter Web app. As a developer, we normally focus on the coding side or the logic and the functionality of the app. But oftenly we miss out some basic and important aspect of the app development, which is like a security. So if you ensure your app is more secure, it is more important than adding any extra or mind-blowing feature in your app. So like if you are insecure, if you have built any app which is insecure, basically it will be causes to by the any attacks or any leading to the user data leaks or misuse of your resources. So this costs you a lot. So before building any application, you should make sure that your application is secure. So, and this is not the case that if you build any application for like your hobby purpose or any small application and you thought that no one knows me, that how come my application will get by any hackers or anything. So if you know that I am from last 15 years I used to develop the websites, and it seems like that when our team started working on some websites, some domains, and like a first or second day we just started creating the website and that time it hacked. So this is not means that if you have a small project or big project, you should secure your application. So that is the really importance of that. So what are the different ways you can secure your Flutter Web application basically? So there are many ways to do that. Like a simple way is that you should update your packages. Don't use too many packages. Use only trusted packages which you can put it in your code. Then the second thing is that a secure storage. Like a shared preferences is a very common and most common way to the simply store the key value pair in your Flutter application, but there are some risks. So like for the secure storage, it's a very important API to store your keys and API keys in that. So you can use that. So this is the one way you can secure your app basically. The second thing is that the code obfuscation is a process of the modifying the app binary into the non-readable format. So that means that no, when you do the reverse engineering, that time sometimes your API keys or string or your logic of your program sometimes it's exposed. So it makes sure that it won't be exposed by this. So you can use this method as well. The certificate pinning. So what is the certificate pinning? So if you know the web development or when you access the website, so there is like a HTTPS. The S is stand for the security. So that is how like a CLL, SSL certificates, you can also pin with the Flutter Web applications. So that is the one way you can secure your application. So the main and the most important part of the security is that authentication and authorization. So what is the authentication and authorization? What is the difference between that? What is this actually what is the concept behind that? So authentication is that like you have to show your identity. Like when you travel, like on the airport, they ask you to show your passport. So that you have to show that you are the same person who are traveling on your ticket. So this is the like you have to prove yourself that I am the correct person to access this information. So this is the authentication. What about the authorization? So there are many applications where you have to get access to particular portion of the content. Let's consider if I want to build any hospital management system or something. So that time you have to have different access. Like a doctor have got the access for all the data with the patients, but patient will have the only access for their own records. So this is how you need to manipulate the access for which content should go with for which access basically. So this is the basic concept of authentication and authorization. Then there is a concept called the multi-factor authentication, and that is the part of my talk. This is an important concept. So what is the multi-factor authentication? So it means that you have to prove your identity in multiple times. Like once you have like you do the email verification, then again you need to prove that okay, you already verify your email, but what the next? You can do the multi-factor authentication like a multiple checks. Like that you can have a OTP number on your SMS, then you can have like a face detection, or you have some sending some code. So these are the different ways to have like a multi-factor authentication. So the industry like the fintech or the e-commerce or the healthcare. So here are the certain rules. If you consider the industry like a healthcare, there are certain rules to deal with the data, because you are dealing with the patient data. And in UK, there are like a very strict rules. If you're developing any application related to the healthcare, it has a like a you should be like a check your application is really secured. So you cannot give the access to your data to the third party applications. So that time the multi-factor authentication is really essential. So I think every nowadays it is a necessity to have the MFA for your any application. So you can see the case study of the WhatsApp. So you know that the WhatsApp is very heavily criticized when they share their data through the Facebook family. So people are trying to they just downloaded upload the apps and then downloaded the things like these things. But for that reason, they also started giving a 2FA for their all the customers. So this is the I think the necessity of the right now for the app development or anything. So what is the story for the Flutter? So how you can develop the multi-factor authentication for the Flutter? So there are many ways, and these ways are really depend upon your requirement. So what kind of database you are using, what kind of functionality you want. So these are the some ways we are going through that. So it is like a Auth0, AWS Amplify, and Firebase. So if you think about the Auth0, auth-o. So when you want to start with the auth-o, you should understand that the auth-o is a serverless backend for the authorization and the authentication. So if you want to integrate that, you should understand the two concepts that there are two concepts, OAuth and OpenID Connect. So OAuth is a protocol, it's a standard industry protocol, which protocol which authorize, like it is for the authorization. And OpenID Connect is a protocol which helps you to do the authentication. So these are the two concepts you should understand while when you have started working on the authentication, basically. So if you want to go deep into the auth-o, then you will have they have like a predefined structure, like a predefined forms for you. You can just like a plug in the auth-o to your Flutter application. You can use their predefined general forms. You can now able to customize their forms as well. Like I have shown you in the example that you can customize the color combination. You can use with your brand as well. So this is the way you can do this. And I'm not going too deep into this, because if I go through that, I have to create a separate talk on that. But the Majid, who is the hosting this event, he has created really wonderful content around this. I have put it the link of that content and the QR code. If you really want to deep dive into the auth-o, then you can just follow his tutorial. He has gone through like a step-by-step process that how you can integrate auth-o with the Flutter application. So the next thing is as the AWS amplifier. So here is Sally is there, then the tip of the AWS amplifier is there. So what is the AWS amplifier does basically? So it is like a platform or tool where you can build like a full stack application. Like you can do the back end, you can do the front end, you can build the do the storage. All these stuffs you can work with the AWS amplifier. So there are two concepts again. If you want to create a backend service like a backend, then you can go through the AWS Amplify CLI. And if you want to develop the authentication with Flutter application, then you can use the easiest way is you can integrate the AWS Amplify library, which you can build easily the front end with this. So if you really want to deep dive into this as well, so you can see there is like a customized form for you. You can also customize with your own brands, basically. So I think you don't need to think about that how I can do the multi-factor authentication and how I can create the UI and all this stuff. So it's already done for you. You just need to plug in and to your application, and you can develop the application very fast. So here is the link for the whole process, how you can build this application with the AWS Amplifier. Sally has created a really amazing tutorial on that. You just go through that tutorial and you can find out how to do that basically. So what is my story here? So like a few months back, I joined a new company called Altaflora. And my first project is working on the Flutter Web application. So my responsibility to build the application, Flutter Web application for two research platform. And when you talk about the research platform, it is like you have to be, when you create an MVP, but you need to have a multi-factor authentication for that. So what is my requirement for that? Because we already have one mobile application and we are building the web application. So both application is using the same database. They use the Firebase database. Then I don't want to go any other side like AWS Amplifier or any auth-o. So the thing is that we need to develop something which we can develop with the Firebase. So I was searching for that, how to do this, because we normally, when you have the small application, we normally do the sign with the Google and all this stuff, and everything is take care of that. But how to do that? And when I searching for that, then I found this, that the Firebase is not supporting the multi-factor authentication. So that then problems arise basically, how to do that basically. But not talking the more about the problem, we can find some solution for that. So I found the solution that you can develop the MFA with Firebase with the use of the identity platform. So I am going to share my journey, or I'm sharing my experience, how I have developed that application with that. So we'll go one by one for the process of that, and I can show that how it is like a things. So for to do the multi-factor authentication with the Firebase and identity platform, first step is that you should do the setting on the Firebase console. You should be enable the email and password. This is a mandatory thing if you want to activate like a SMS multi-factor authentication with the Firebase. So this is a first step towards to start building the MFA. So the second step is that you have to configure the MFA on the identity platform. So for that, you need to again enable the SMS authentication, and you should add the mobile number there. If you want to do some testing, then you can use like a dummy number. But if you want to add like a real number, you want to test a real number, then you will find that you need to have add the reCAPTCHA tokens, which will make sure that you are the real person, not a robot. So that things happens with when you try to testing with the real device basically. So the next thing is that registration using the Firebase. This is a completely normal, which is a normal way you normally do the sign in with the email and password with Firebase. So this is first step is what little bit simple for that. Then the next step, when you click on the submit button, you will get the email, and in that email you will find a link. So once you click on that link, you are going to verify that you are the person who entered that email in your form. So this is the first factor you are verifying that you are the right person to do this. So once you click on that, when I verify your email, then it will go through the next step, and you will get a start building the second factor of the verification. So as you know that the Firebase was not supporting that time the second factor of authentication. So what we have done the setup for the we use the identity platform and hit the endpoint for that, and we send like a mobile number, like a phone enrollment info. From that you can send the phone number and the reCAPTCHA token. You can verify the reCAPTCHA token from that as well. And then once it receive, you will receive the session info, where it will verify that the whatever code you received on your SMS, if you enter that code, it will verify that verified code is right, and then the whole process will be finished. So this is the way we have developed for the sign up process. But like a lazy developer, I want to reuse my code, I want to reuse my UI as well. So I thought, okay, I'm done with this. So I just copy paste the code, and I copy paste the UI and all this stuff. And then I realized that when I'm developing the sign-in flow, Firebase is not supporting. They don't understand that I am it is showing the error while signing with the whatever credential I'm using for the sign up. So that reason that again we have to created a flow through the identity platform. So we started the sign-in flow with the identity platform, which is normal way, just like what we have done for the Firebase. And after that, we have created again the reCAPTCHA token. For that, again we have used the phone number to verify yourself, and you will get the token on the SMS. But for that functionality, we need to create a cloud functions. We have created a callable cloud functions for that, and when you sign in with the identity platform, you will get the MFA pending credentials, and we send that information to the cloud function. Then it will send you the ID token. So here is the whole summarized process for that. Like a first step is finalizing with the sign-in with identity platform. Then if you successfully log in, then you will get a JWT web token which contains the Firebase ID, and then you can use that ID, and then you can create custom token with that. So this process is really, really long. I think you also get bored with that. Oh, I'm talking and talking and talking for the same small functionality. So this is the thing. This is a really necessity that every application should have MFA. Every application should have a sign in and sign up form. And this simple thing, you are spending like a lot of time to build this functionality. It's really, really getting bored. So we really wish for that Firebase should support this MFA, and that wait was over. And in 2000 July 220 to release note, they have released that the Firebase is now supporting to the multi-factor authentication. So whatever steps we have seen, that you don't need to that steps. So you just need to go with the normal flow. So Invites has created really good article on that, that how you can integrate the multi-factor authentication with Flutter and Firebase. So you can, I have put it the link of that article as well. So you can just go through that maybe. So here is the like a short story of that. Creating a separate cloud function, then create sign in with the identity platform, and all this stuff. They just take over of that and just created a simple small function and simple small code for that. So let's see the what is a new flow to develop the multi-factor authentication. Okay, so here is a new flow. So you will get the multi-factor session first, so which will have like a, then you can verify your phone number with the multi-factor section, and then you will get the code on the SMS code on your mobile. You can verify that code with the new factor, and then you can sign in with the second factor, that whatever code you get it, you can sign in with that. Then this whole process, like you can see here, you can here like send a verification message to the user phone number. And this, when you have like a resolver, like you can see here, I can show you. Once you do the sign in with the first factor, that time you will get back with the error of the resolver and the session. And in that session, you will have the hints, and you will have the to complete this whole process. So this is the simple and simple flow of to building the MFA with the Firebase. So this is what I want to show you, that how difficult it was before, and now it is very simple to manage to do the multi-factor authentication with Firebase. I hope you got the information related to this. If you have any question, you can ask me.